No one was truly prepared to see Jimin, the figure who always smiled in front of millions of eyes, shed tears because of Jungkook, his best friend, bandmate, and comrade. Yet this is the emotional reality that has just shaken the hearts of armies around the world. Behind a simple moment away from official cameras, a deeply imprinting story was revealed. What exactly did Jungkook whisper that made Jimin cry? This question now echoes throughout the fan community, sparking deep curiosity. This moment occurred far from the glitz of the stage, right at the end of their military service. Without media arrangements, witnessed only by a few peers from the 5th Division. In a familiar atmosphere full of emotional fatigue, Jungkook approached Jimin. With teary eyes, he grasped his friend's shoulder and whispered something. Jimin's reaction was spontaneous. His lips trembled, his eyes reddened, and unable to restrain himself, he bowed his head, crying in silence. The initially warm atmosphere instantly turned into a space full of poignancy, silent amidst heavy heartbeats. What exactly did Jungkook say? Why did it have such a profound impact on Jimin? A question that has no definite answer yet, but eyewitnesses revealed that the whisper was not just an ordinary farewell. Jungkook was reported to have conveyed a sincere promise, one that touched the depths of Jimin's heart, that whatever happens after fame fades, after the stage lights dim, their bond would remain unchanged. They would stay family, not merely colleagues in the entertainment industry, but brothers in the truest sense. The situation grew even more emotional during the internal farewell event, when Jungkook spoke before the entire 5th Division. With a trembling voice, he declared, "I know many are waiting for us out there, but more than that, I know there's someone here who made me feel never alone." His gaze was directly fixed on Jimin. In that moment, many couldn't hold back their tears, affirming how strong a bond they had built over years, through ups and downs, pressure and triumph. Amidst the emerging speculations, rumors spread quickly. Some reports claimed that Jungkook's whisper was related to a secret project long planned with Jimin, a duet mini-album. Lyrics written during service breaks, melodies composed during silent nights while the world was asleep. If this rumor is true, their return to music would not merely be an ordinary comeback, but an emotional offering for the fans who have faithfully waited. Moreover, another rumor mentioned plans for a small exclusive concert in Seoul, not in a grand stadium as usual, but in a small theater where fans could watch them closely, feeling every note, every emotion without distance. If this happens, it could become one of the most intimate and meaningful moments in BTS history. Adding to the fans' conviction, Bang Si-hyuk, founder of HYB Corporation, in a recent interview only gave a faint smile and said, "Some promises are more beautiful when realized without many words," when asked about the possibility of a special project between Jungkook and Jimin. Though the answer was ambiguous, for ARMY, it was enough as a signal that something big is being prepared. On the other hand, behind this enthusiasm, critical questions arise. How accurate is all the information circulating? Most of these narratives originate from social media, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, without official confirmation. These sources, though filled with passion and hope, are vulnerable to dramatization and even potential distortion of facts. Did the emotional whisper moment truly happen as told? Were the eyewitnesses who claimed to witness it truly at the scene? The absence of official documentation, whether photos, videos, or direct statements from involved parties, leaves a significant gap in verifying the authenticity of this story. Until now, neither Big Hit Music nor HYB has issued an official statement regarding this moment. All circulating information remains rumors, filtered through the emotions and hopes of the fan community. IT is important to remember that in this digital era, public attention is a commodity. Emotional stories like Jungkook's whisper to Jimin easily gather attention, spark engagement, and maintain relevance amidst the fierce competition of the entertainment industry. Thus, amidst this sea of information, media literacy becomes crucial. We need to question, seek evidence, compare narratives, and not be easily swayed by emotions. Are we truly hearing this story because of the true magic of their friendship, or because the narrative fits so perfectly with our desire for emotional tales? This question is important to ask, not to tarnish the beauty of the story, but to maintain the integrity of the information we consume. The emotional moment between Jimin and Jungkook, whether real or a collective narrative, remains a reminder of the powerful emotional bond between BTS and ARMY. Whether as reality or as hope, this story has stirred gratitude, hope, and love within the global community. In the end, whether the whisper truly happened as told or not, one thing is certain: Jimin and Jungkook's bond does not belong to just the two of them, but has become part of the emotional journey of millions of hearts who love them. We can only hope, with patience and reason, that someday they will tell the story behind that moment themselves, with their own words, without needing to be filtered by rumors. Yet amidst the emotional turmoil flooding cyberspace, one big question must not be ignored. Do we truly believe that the emotional moment between Jimin and Jungkook is real? Or could it be that this is merely a narrative deliberately shaped to attract media and public attention? We cannot deny that this story feels very perfect. Too perfect, perhaps. Two best friends at the end of their military service, in a sincere atmosphere, sharing a secret whisper that made one of them cry. These elements seem designed to strike the softest spots of the human heart: longing, loyalty, and hope. But shouldn't we ask, where did this story originate? Who first spread it? Do we have real evidence or only words flowing through social media? The circulating information mostly comes from platforms like TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and some online entertainment news portals. There are no official video recordings, no photos, no direct statements from Big Hit Music or HYB. All details about the emotional whisper stem from anonymous eyewitnesses, a term that, in professional journalism, is always treated very cautiously. Shouldn't we also question why such a dramatic event wasn't documented by any credible source? Furthermore, it needs to be reflected upon. Are we, the readers and fans, too easily trusting because we want to believe? In an era where emotional news goes viral faster than factual news, the temptation to accept heart-touching narratives without verification becomes very strong. This is a natural human weakness, but also a dangerous one. Is it possible that this entire narrative was crafted not by Jimin and Jungkook, but by a media ecosystem hungry for new stories? The entertainment world knows well, an emotionally stirring story can boost attention, engagement, and, of course, profitability. Every tear from Jimin, every wistful glance from Jungkook, if packaged correctly, can become incredible fuel for the global news machine. This is where the importance of healthy skepticism arises. Not to ruin the enjoyment or beauty of this story, but to ensure that we are not swept away by a wave of potentially engineered information. How often do we question the truth of viral narratives? How often do we seek primary sources before sharing emotional news? This moment becomes a test for all of us, not just as ARMY, but as global consumers of information. Do we choose to believe without question because it feels comfortable, or are we brave enough to question even if it means facing a less sweet reality? Of course, there is nothing wrong with feeling touched or hoping that the moment truly happened. There is nothing wrong with letting ourselves be moved by a story of enduring friendship. But are we also ready to admit that perhaps what we believe may never have truly happened as imagined? Let's reflect together. Why are we so quick to believe stories that fit our emotional desires? Does our love for idols make us vulnerable to information manipulation? How can we love wisely, respecting idols, without losing our critical attitude? In this case, a reflective attitude becomes crucial. We must realize that most of what we know today comes from social media, which is fluctuating and prone to manipulation. Have we truly seen all sides of the story? Or are we only fixated on small pieces designed to evoke emotions? Interestingly, even in BTS's history, there have been many emotional rumors that later proved untrue. Some viral moments, upon deeper examination, turned out to be mere misinterpretations or excessive packaging by the media and fans themselves. Could it be that we are repeating the same pattern now?